Welcome to episode 710 of the 2-Minute Takeaway Podcast. Hi, I'm Motivational Keynote Speaker Ken Okel. Today I want to share a simple concept with you. It's the idea that sometimes the fastest way to do something isn't what you think. Not long ago, I was working out, and I'm looking out a window as I'm exercising, and I can see a large tree being removed by a tree removal crew. This tree, it's probably 80 to 100 feet tall. It is big. At first, when you look at this tree, you might think the fastest way to cut it down, you saw at the bottom, falls over, you take it away. That might seem to be the fastest way, but it's not going to work. Because think about it, if something is, let's say, 100 feet tall, if you just plop it down, it could hit something, it could take down a power line, it could create all sorts of problems. So you gotta take the tree and cut it from the top in small little sections. Now, why small little sections? As I was watching the crew, first they took all the branches off. Then they moved on to those sections, and they were about 3 to 4 feet. That size was important because it would drop down relatively safely. Some of the crew members could make sure no one was below where it'd be falling because it could really hurt someone if it hit them. But perhaps most importantly, that size could be moved relatively easily. It's still pretty heavy. You're going to get a workout from it. But if it was much bigger, you wouldn't be able to move it. This process took a lot of time because the crew member had to go up against the tree, use a chainsaw, cut it enough so at a certain point he could just push it down, it fall to the ground safely. Then he has to go down a few more feet, do the next cut. This took time. However, nobody got hurt, the road wasn't blocked, power lines weren't knocked down, a home wasn't hit by a tree. The slower approach to the problem, the more thoughtful approach to the problem prevented these issues. Think about in your world, are you just trying to knock that whole tree down in one cut? That may create unanticipated problems or other issues that you have to clean up, you have to deal with. Sometimes slow, deliberate, and thought out is the best way to approach a problem. Sure, it might be a little dull, might be a little boring, but it's a lot better than having to do some sort of damage control in a bad situation. So think about that the next time you see a big tree. I've got some cool people for you to meet. Katie the custodian, Gina the ballerina, and 20 push-ups Pat. These are just some of the characters who are in my new book, Get Better, Smart Business Advice from Unexpected Mentors. The book is out. You can pick it up at Amazon.com. To find out more about the behind-the-scenes story of the book, go to my website, kenokel.com. And while there, you can also watch some clips from my speaking presentations and listen to past episodes of this podcast. Thanks so much for listening. I'm Ken Okel. Get better and take care.